Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday Summary. I'm your host, Kyle. With me, as always, is Steve. We got a lot to get into today. Liverpool win their 6th straight. Ooh, sketchy performance, nervy performance, weird performance, but it ultimately got done. Clean sheet for Alisson. That's 6 in a row. Top 4 looks more likely, 1 point behind Man United, and then also we're going to get into talking about Alexis McAllister this week. Steve, how you doing?
Well, it's a bittersweet time at Liverpool Football Club and in the Norbury household. I'm wearing my Bobby jersey. I'm feeling sad. What do we got? 3 matches left? 4? 3?
We have played 35, so
Yeah,
3.
so we got 3. And only one more home match, right? I
I don't
mean,
know.
look, when you have Mo Salah and you need goals, he's going to give you goals. So shout out to Mo Salah for keeping us afloat.
He's hot.
He is. He's just getting it done. He's proving his worth. You know, say what you want about his season, his off season, whatever. Just look at the numbers when it's all said and done. We'll be fine. So shout out to him. Shout out to Bobby. Shout out to Liverpool. I do believe we'll get into all this today, but I'm doing well. To answer your original question, I think it's just a
Jesus.
little too late, my friend. I think it's a little too late.
You think?
I,
Think Europa
I've
League
th-
is looking more likely?
oh yeah, dude. I've been saying that for like a month or 6 weeks. Prove me wrong, Liverpool, please. But gosh, man, like the stars have to align. Like,
It has to be perfect.
no, it's not even up to us. That's what bothers me.
It never is.
Even if we win every match. When did United play yesterday?
No, they lost to Brighton. When did they
Right.
lose to
That was
Brighton?
midweek.
Yeah. So they play today, right?
Man, you have games in hand, don't
Oh,
they?
they have
Hannah
they
said,
have
yeah.
like 46 games in hand.
Yeah, it's insane,
And
dude.
so does Brighton.
Yeah, not to mention Brighton. If Brighton wins their games in hand, they're ahead of us anyways.
Right.
So that means that makes it even harder. I don't think Brighton could win out. If they do, though, our good friend Alexi, I don't know if he's in here in the chat, he was saying they absolutely deserve it, and I think they do.
Oh, they're playing. All right, so Man United are playing West Ham tonight. We need a favor from West Ham. I'm going to do what everyone loves to do. Let's pull up the table.
Our favorite thing, the table.
The table. Free kick to Brentford.
Oh gosh.
What is this BS? The Sunday Summary is brought to you by FKTB, where news is the priority and Brentford are the favorites.
Wait, what
Now-
were we what global news were we breaking last week?
Oh, yeah. What were we breaking last week?
It was absolute global news.
Like it
Global
happened.
breaking news
It
here on
happened
Nothing But
during the
Reds.
stream. I can't remember. I
Oh,
cannot
shoot.
remember. Let me get this table up, though. And good morning to everyone. Can Kiwi, Hannah, Liz in the chat, Rob Scott. Good morning to everybody. Who else did I see in here? Fly Girl's in here. Who else we got? Janad. Good morning to everyone. All right, here we go. Table, share. There needs to be an easier way to do this. Table is up. Bag is secure. Wait a minute.
Oh, there we go. I'm actually gonna zoom in on this today.
Here we go. So this is the table right now. So clearly you can see. So Tottenham actually have played level with us. Brighton, 3 games in hand.
Wait, scroll over just a little.
Let me
Yeah,
just zoom
because
out a
we got to
tad.
be able to see the points. There you
Let
go.
me zoom out a tad.
Really, all that matters, and that's where you're missing the mark.
Yeah. All right. Well, shut up.
All right. Let's start here. Hold on. Let me start. Arsenal, congratulations. You bottled the league.
Yeah. What is that?
Dude, like scroll back up a little bit. I just want to make sure I'm looking at the right
That's
column.
Newcastle.
Yeah, scroll back up a little.
Steve, I'm at the top of the table. What the hell do you want?
I want to see the column names, Kyle. I want to know what each column means. There's 1,000 numbers here.
Use your head.
Okay. They're 4 points back, and they got Everton next. So congratulations to City for another trophy. Newcastle, man, what is going on?
It's crazy.
They
And
got
play
2 games in
Arsenal.
hand too.
Is it because we played Champions League? Like, why is this?
Oh no, there were some matches canceled because of the FA Cup final. That's specifically at least 1 or 2 games in hand that you're seeing United and Newcastle have. Now, the Brighton thing, I would imagine they play today and like Wednesday, and they'll be like almost caught up by
All right,
next
time
weekend.
out. This is going to be the stupidest question, but this is how much I don't follow anything that Liverpool are not involved in. Who won the FA Cup?
Or was it the Carabao? It was United. United won the first trophy.
You're kidding me. Man United?
Yeah, they beat Newcastle in that final.
Oh, that's.
But I always mix up the 2 cups. I mix up the League Cup, which is the Carabao Cup.
This year? God.
Yes, they did.
So they think they're good again.
Remember, Karius was starting in net.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't you remember the talk we had about that? How Karius was starting in net for Newcastle because Dubravka got a red, or somebody got a red.
Now I remember. Okay.
Who got a red? Pope?
That was either Carabao or FA Cup. I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, it's two. Honestly, to be frank, it's 2 pretty irrelevant teams. They're doing better than us right now, but in the grand scheme of things, it's a game that doesn't really matter. But
Arsenal and Newcastle playing today, and so it's pretty big. That's pretty big for in terms of the second and third spot. Even though Newcastle are 13 points behind Arsenal, it means more for Arsenal trying to get top of the league than it does for Newcastle. Actually, no, that's not true because Newcastle could fall to 4th, but I guess that doesn't matter.
All right, let's do some scenarios.
Wait a minute, Steve.
Yeah.
We're 3 points behind Newcastle. I know they have 2 games in hand.
That's the problem.
But we're 3 points behind Newcastle.
So we want Arsenal to beat them, or we want them to draw?
I want Arsenal to beat them. The hell?
Okay, because you think we got a better chance of catching Newcastle.
Well, we
only need to catch one of them.
I know. I understand. But look, I need Newcastle to lose. And I need Man United to lose. Just keep losing.
But I also need Arsenal to lose.
Why?
Because I don't want them to win the league.
Oh yeah, true. That's a good point.
But I don't think they will.
Yeah, I don't think they will. Even if they win out, I think Man City will win out. Look at Man City's form.
How are United and Tottenham and Villa up here lingering around the top?
No, I'm telling you,
with minimal goal differential. What is this garbage?
No, Villa should be up here. That's why I was so like, what the hell is happening? When Gerrard was managing, and they were in like 16th. I was like, you have so much talent. What are you doing? They deserve to be up here.
Yeah, it's just the goal differential. Just doesn't really look right.
Yeah, I'm there with you. But guys, what do you think? Do you care that much about Arsenal winning the league as Steven does, or would you rather are we just finishing top 4? Like, let's just finish top 4.
No, I want to finish top 4 more than anything. I'm just saying I'm torn between it. I don't want Arsenal to win the league. No way. It looks bad. It looks worse for us. We look worse if Arsenal win the league for obvious reasons. I don't need to explain that.
Let me ask you a question. Here's the hypothetical scenario. And take us out of it. Say we were mid-table. We didn't even have a chance. Would you rather Man United drop out of top 4 or Arsenal not win the league?
Oh, I don't care who gets top 4 if it's not us. I don't care. Arsenal not winning the league is the main priority. Everything besides Liverpool is Arsenal not winning the league for me.
Okay. Now, since we're pushing for top 4, would you rather, this is probably an easy question, would you rather knock Man United out of top 4 or Arsenal not win the league?
Everything, I already said this. Everything that has to do with Liverpool comes first. So if
Okay.
we're going to get top 4 and that means Arsenal wins the league, that's fine.
Okay. All
I
right.
don't have to pick one or the other, though. That's the beauty of
But
it.
I'm letting you.
Thank you so much.
That's what I'm here for.
Let's see who Newcastle and United have to play, because United's schedule is relatively weak. I'm going to be honest.
Let's go to United here. United have 5 games here. I can't believe the differentials here.
They need
All right.
3 wins.
West Ham. Oh,
Look at these teams they're playing.
what is this, bro?
I know they need 3 wins. They need 15 points. I'm sorry, 9 points to officially knock us out.
All right, look.
Or to officially finish higher than us. Then there's still the Newcastle piece and the
All right.
Brighton piece.
Here's what I'm saying. Okay, Man United. Oh my God, they're home for Chelsea, Fulham. They're home for 3 of these matches. And they play Bournemouth and Wolves. God, that pisses
And West
me.
Ham is trash, Kyle.
They're really not that bad.
They have players, but like they're pretty bad.
I feel like they're bad because they've been focusing on the Conference League. All right, let's look at Newcastle. I swear to God, if they're easy teams. Okay. All right, the only one Leeds. Okay. Arsenal. They need to lose to Arsenal today. Leeds, whatever. They need to lose to Brighton. Leicester.
But we don't want Brighton to win, Kyle. Because they have games in hand on us. They technically, if they win their games in hand, they're above us.
All right, well then draw with Brighton.
I don't know what we want there. Because I think what this means is because Chelsea, who knows? Chelsea, they could turn up at any moment, but they're absolutely awful. But what about Brighton? Let's see what Brighton has. Because they got a
beat
tough
Bournemouth
schedule.
yesterday. Chelsea beat Bournemouth yesterday, finally.
What was the score?
3-1, I think.
Wow.
So,
Didn't even know that.
what the hell? Rob, what are we doing? We're here. We're alive. What's going on? I just saw that comment and I was like, wait a minute. He goes, are Steven and Kyle alive or what? I'm like, bro, we're here. We've been live for 15 minutes.
Rob had it paused. Rob had his stream paused from like 8:02 a.m. Eastern. Just realized.
Well, no, it's
You got 16 minutes to catch up on, Rob.
He's been commenting. So I'm like, what's going on, Rob? Oh, man. Okay. So Newcastle. Jesus, Newcastle. Okay. So all I need is let Newcastle lose today. Maybe kill their momentum. Now,
I feel,
what do you
dude,
feel?
I feel like
Tell
we
me
don't
what you
deserve
feel.
it, man. I feel
Tell
like we
me
don't
what you
deserve
feel.
it. Feel like we don't deserve it. Can you hear me?
I don't care if we deserve it.
I'm just saying, like, the fact that we even have to like beg for Newcastle and United to drop points. Look at what we've become, dude.
Damn. Look at Brighton's schedule.
I know it's bad.
That's
Hence
rough.
why they've been so hot, dude.
And you know Aston Villa, hopefully, will still be playing for that Conference League spot by the end of the year.
Aston Villa loves to bottle a final day match. Like they did last year.
What happened last year?
Last year they were up 2-0 on City. We would have won the league.
Oh, that's right.
They gave up 3 goals. 3 or 4 goals. Gundogan, I think Rodri. Oh God, it was just the biggest collapse of all time.
Oh my God! And didn't Brighton do the same thing?
I don't know.
Yeah, a few years back. I think it was with was it Vincent Kompany that scored that goal, that screamer?
Yeah. They were like, "Don't shoot," and he shot it. Yeah,
No, my God, no, please,
that's an
no.
iconic moment
That
from a
is.
Premier League legend. I hate to say it.
Yeah, he is.
No, but like Aston Villa was up 2-0, Kyle,
Yeah.
and let up like 3 goals in 5 minutes in the second half. Something absurd. I try to erase it from my memory. But anyways, the fact that we're like begging for Newcastle and Manchester United to drop points, it just really goes to show you how lucky. Well, first of all, I don't want to sound arrogant. How lucky we've been, first and foremost. The fact that we're sitting with 60 points and we're upset about it means we are absolutely lucky for what we've been able to experience as supporters. It's also very sad because it's not like we've just had an off year. We've fallen off a cliff. We're 30 points back from where we were in years past.
I know, it's nuts.
10 less
Absolutely
victories. I can't believe it, dude.
It's a weird season. The fact that we're in 5th actually blows my mind. With 60 points?
Dude, and like Brighton's having the best year ever. And we're still like above them and we still look bad. Like just shows how lucky we are, honestly. I want to take that angle for this instead of just complaining and bitching and moaning.
Sometimes it's good to vent. You know what I mean? You know,
It's
good. It's good, especially after this season. This season's been rough. Slap that like button, guys. Click it, bop it, twist it, all that.
pull it.
Pull it. Thank you. I couldn't remember the other one. Amari says Leicester City. That was in Brighton. Okay, my bad. I can't remember. All the blue teams are the same. We have knocked United off their perch and their confidence is shaken. I certainly hope so. It seems like Arsenal's confidence is shaken after that Man City loss. They've drawn 3 in a row. They're still going to finish second unless Man City bottles it, which is highly unlikely. They are just way too good. It's not even fair. But look, we come back next season. We come back stronger with McAllister. And James Milner, by the way, he's close to signing with Brighton.
Actually, that's pretty much a done deal. Let's have a quick 10-second moment of silence for James Milner and for Liz. And for everybody else that loves James Milner as much as we do, let's have a quick moment of silence, please.
Okay.
A true servant to the club, James
Really.
freaking Milner.
Absolute legend. Absolute epitome of a professional footballer.
Honestly, like I'm not happy about this. I'm not going to complain about this. But I'm surprised by it. I'm surprised that they didn't go through talks to keep him around. You got Ox and Naby leaving. You got guys like Hendo and Fabinho who are not what they once were, obviously. What we're hearing is you're gonna bring in young players. James Milner's not an overly expensive player. Unless he said, like, hey, I need to play more minutes and like I don't know. Like I want to go. I'm just surprised they're not keeping him around because he's got a ton of appearances this year. It's not like Ox, we never see him. Or like Keita, we don't even know if he has a pulse. Like Milner, as much as we need to upgrade the squad and he is not the player that he once was, he's a utility player that can play anywhere. He's a great locker room presence. And he's got to have 40 appearances this year. I don't know. Like
he's played a lot, man. He really has. Shout out to Liz for the super chat here. James freaking Milner will forever hold my heart. Milner is, you said it all, Steve. Locker room presence, really just more of an example guy. But when he comes on the pitch, he can still play. He's still really good. He brings that energy at 49 years old or whatever he is. The thing that
he's got 28 appearances in the Premier League.
That's nuts. Oh my God. So my first thought when I heard that was, all right, look, we've had this discussion every summer for the past 2 or 3 years where it's like, all right, we're extending James Milner's contract a year. It's like, okay, good. We have him around. I really hope that he would join the coaching staff. Part of me thinks that, one, we have a great relationship with Brighton, okay? Because not only are we looking to get McAllister, but Lallana, entering his retirement years, goes to Brighton. Milner, entering his retirement years, going to Brighton. Brighton, I think, offers what these players are looking for at that point in time in their career. You're going to play more often. You have a stable club in the Premier League who is consistently competing at least in the middle of the table, occasionally pushing to the top. And Brighton apparently is a really nice area in England.
Wow.
It's like on the beach. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, like Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay. It's like, oh, he wanted to go to Florida. He's tired of freezing his ass off in New England. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's just my thought.
He's got 28 appearances in the Premier League this year.
No,
That's more. That's more than the last 4 seasons. That's more than he's had since 2018.
Now, could that be because he's coming on in the last 10 minutes or so?
And
we have 5.
He's got less starts. No, it's fair. He's got less starts.
Yeah, and 5 subs for the first time this season. So Klopp is playing him more often.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be all,
Still, he's 36 years old. 37 years old.
Wow.
37,000 years old.
You know who else is 37? Kyle Lowry.
Nuh-uh.
I swear to God, they said it last night. I didn't believe it.
37?
Yes.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. But anyways. So, yeah, with James Milner out, okay, and Naby Keita and Ox definitely walking. We are
rolling at least rolling out.
Yeah, or getting carted. Something. All right. I am so interested to see where they go. I am so interested to see. The midfield rebuild is underway. All right. And let's look at what we've seen this year. We have seen a rebirth of Curtis Jones, at least over the last few games. Okay. Curtis Jones, and it's not even a rebirth. It's just more like, oh, there you are. Like, So we got Curtis Jones. Bajcetic, Klopp has said he's in the plans. He's not going to alter anything. He knows Bajcetic is quality and needs to be there. And then, of course, you got Elliott. With Trent making this new role change, does that change anything at all?
It shouldn't. It may mean that we need to go sign a right back.
That's what I'm thinking.
But in terms of the midfield, it shouldn't change anything. We still need a number of midfielders because, like, Trent's not a new signing. Okay, we're not playing that new signing game anymore.
No, that's not what I was saying.
Okay, no, I know that. I'm just saying in general. I'm putting that out there because I know that's what people are thinking. Like, Curtis Jones, he increased his market value by $20 million. That's a new signing.
Like a new signing.
Yeah, like Trent, he can play midfield. Yeah, he's been playing right wing for 3 years. We know he can facilitate. No, you still need midfielders. I think this just might mean you need to buy a legitimate right back, not take a chance on a $9 million from Anderlecht with Ramsay, who I don't even know if he's alive. Kyle,
he had a season-ending injury.
He didn't play. He played one first-team match.
Something like he looked good in that too.
And they got rid of Nico Williams.
Yeah, that was...
And who knows what's happening with Joe Gomez? And you're getting rid of Milner. Who else is playing right back? Fabinho can play right back. Well, he hasn't in damn near 6-7 years, but he can.
I know, but I would never put Fabinho at right back.
Not for our system, but if you switch to a true back three,
you could play him there. Yeah.
You could play him there in a pinch. You wouldn't want to rely on him.
Absolutely. Ross, what's going on? Absolutely. So who are we getting as a right back? I
haven't even seen links, man.
No links with a right back. And you know what that tells me? You know what that tells me is that we are getting a right back. That's what that tells me.
Well, I saw no links with Fabinho. Dude, think about who we had when we got Fabinho. Think about this. Milner, defensive midfielder. Henderson, defensive midfielder. Emre Can, defensive midfielder. Who else? Who else did we have? Did we have Lucas at that time?
Kevin Stewart.
Did we have Lucas?
Yeah.
Dude, we had like 8 defensive midfielders.
Yeah, we did.
And we grabbed Fabinho. There could have been. I think there was a couple other guys that were there.
Well, no, we got Fabinho way after we got rid of Lucas Leiva.
Oh, that's what I was asking you. Was he there?
Oh, I thought you
Anyways,
meant like did we have him at the time that Klopp came in? Yeah. So, all right, look. Here's the thing. Fabinho's staying. Hendo's only getting older. Who else can play defensive midfield? I guess you can count Bajcetic. Look, we're getting a right back, but I couldn't tell you a single right back. Like legitimately, I'm trying to think of like I could just throw names out there. But with Ramsay being injured, it's like, we're gonna rely on Ramsay and Gomez? Now look, that's fine.
I've heard worse, but it's not going to win you the league. I mean,
no, but
it's not
here's
what you
what I'm
want.
thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. Is Klopp playing 3D chess here? Is this what Klopp was thinking? He said, let's buy Ramsay. Okay? Not play him. While he's injured, change Trent's role. Take away the right back position altogether because we don't have one. And then when Ramsey's healthy again, go back to a 4-3-3 and leave Trent in the midfield? Like, was this Klopp's plan all along?
I'm trying to see who's going to be a free agent right back, and I can't find it. All it pulls up is damn running backs.
Well, you're typing RB.
No, right back. Swear, right back.
Damn. What are we gonna get? Joaquim Mal or
I've heard some people say Tarek Lamptey.
Oh yeah, Lamptey.
But he can't defend, dude. We don't need one of those guys.
We need someone who can defend.
like a stable right back.
Yeah.
I don't even know if those exist anymore.
Yeah, no. Like, who can defend? Yeah, no username said we also signed Gakpo out of nowhere. We legit did sign Gakpo out of nowhere.
Dude, can somebody give me one example of a right back?
Can you, Steve?
That's alive.
Cancelo.
Okay, I'm pretty sure he's playing left wing.
He is playing left wing, dude. He played. Oh my god!
All right,
Steve.
Abdu, thank you, but that would not happen. He's worth
Steve,
too much.
You got to learn. It's got to be Firefox.
What's going on?
Like, I feel like you just don't know how to Google.
I am Googling.
But you're like, it keeps pulling up running backs.
No. I'm on a different page now. Well, I just can't filter by position here.
Literally, dude, the first thing, it's going to give me links here.
All right. Well, I'm not trying to share my screen, Kyle. I'm trying to pitch ideas.
Here we go. Giovanni Di Lorenzo from Napoli. There's number 10. Okay. I don't know anything about him. Malo Gusto from Lyon. That is a good option. I like that. I like that a lot. This website is completely messing up the stream. And then you got João Cancelo. Ben White from Arsenal. Trent.
Yeah, get off that screen.
Kyle Walker. Jules Koundé. All these players. What is going on with these websites? It's only websites based in Europe. They just destroy it. Look, Kyle Walker-Peters, no. I mean, I like him, but he can't defend. He's a wingback.
Like, you only need someone decent. Like, who's the guy from Leeds? Rasmussen?
Oh, yeah. Rasmussen.
I think he's a right back.
And then there's the Leicester
somebody of that caliber.
What about Leicester, the Christensen guy they just signed? The Danish guy?
That's who I'm thinking of. Yeah, thought he was on Leeds.
Maybe it is on Leeds. I don't know.
We're thinking of the same guy, I think.
We probably are. Kenny Tete, Fulham, great one on for a defender. Yeah. No username says Joe Gomez for right back is the way to go. A back three of him, Virgil, and Konate would be solid.
I mean, there's plenty of pace back there.
Yeah, no, that's true. But then where are you putting Robbo? Saint Juste from Sporting.
Look,
yeah, Klopp is just raiding the Portuguese league.
So here's the thing. Who said that again?
What are you talking about?
Joe Gomez is the way at right back.
I think Gomez is a better right back than he is a center back.
No username said that. Okay. We're not thinking about who's going to be the right portion of the back three. We're thinking about who's going to be the right back if Trent goes to midfield with a back four.
Right, because if Trent you're correct. Because if Trent goes to midfield and we have a right back, who's to say Klopp won't go back to a back four? But that's just what we're assuming. Chris said Basaka. Yo, if you want to talk about people who cannot go forward or have no left foot, it's Basaka.
He said that boy can defend, though.
Yeah, he can defend.
But we wouldn't do business with United.
No, never.
It's just that ugly, that rivalry.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even do a bit of business.
That's crazy.
It is crazy if you think about it.
Oh, dude. All right. So, Chris, this is one I wanted. You know what, Chris? You went from cold take to a very good take. All right. So, here's the thing. Anthony Robinson, he plays left back for Fulham. If we're
He's left-footed, no.
No, I'm just saying, when I watched him in the Fulham match, every time he touched the ball, I was like, I want him. He's good.
He's the only person that's got an engine like Robbo that I've seen play.
He's American too. I'm just saying he's American. We could get into that American market, or at least Liverpool if they wanted to.
Yeah.
That is a very good shout. Nice job, Chris.
Tyler Adams used to play right back. He is decent defensively, Jordan Welch says. I like the player, and he's got some fire when he plays. I don't know if he's your answer at right back, but I would take him in the midfield. I would take him as the third midfielder we buy this summer.
Hold on,
get us McAllister, one other guy, one other higher end guy, and bring in Adams. I would love that.
Jesus.
But I think you got to get a more formal right back if that's what we're talking about here.
Yeah, you definitely need a more formal right back. I like the Di Lorenzo shout a little bit. Look, here's the thing. Who's to say? We bought Calvin Ramsay. Look, this is what when we bought Robbo for $8 million. Nobody thought to themselves, this is going to be our left back of the future, our starting left back. Nobody. Not a damn person. And now look at him. One of the best left backs in the Premier League and in Europe, arguably.
In the history. He's going to go down in history.
Yeah,
history books.
Yeah.
His work rate is unmatched.
Thanks.
Him and Milner.
Absolutely. Milner still holds the Champions League record for assists, doesn't he? And he did it from left back.
Single season from left back as a right-footed player at 34 years old.
It is unbelievable.
I think he might have been like 32, but
that is like my favorite record, like ever. That is the coolest record to have.
You know that analytics website for American football? It's called Pro Football Focus. I think it is.
I've heard of it, yeah.
They have some for football, European football. There's a bunch of them. One of them had him rated as the number one left back in Europe in all comps that season. Number one rated in all comps.
I'm really not surprised.
34 years old with a right foot. Number one rated left back. All comps in Europe.
So
on the globe. In the world, Kyle.
Yeah, no, in the world.
There's 8 billion people here.
Yeah. 8 billion?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to
Right? Aren't we at 8?
We're damn near there. Yeah, we're probably 7 or 8. All right. Here, let me go back to what I was saying here. So Klopp buying Robbo for $8 million. We buy Calvin Ramsay for whatever the hell we bought him for. If Calvin Ramsay didn't get injured, right? I actually think he would be playing.
You think it'd be? Well, yeah. Do you think this was in the plans, Kyle?
I think it was in the plans. Yes. Don't be sarcastic with me.
Wait, no. Do you think that all the hate Klopp has gotten this year, he just wants to come out and say, I know. I saw this coming. I bought Ramsay. He's going to play right back. Trent in the midfield. But you get in these situations.
Why do you sound like a Spanish Klopp?
I don't know. Dude, there's too many accents to try.
Yeah.
To try to learn. But do you imagine Klopp is playing 3D chess and it just backfired on him? Like
That's
he
what
knew this was coming. He saw us starting to slow down in the midfield. He saw that we don't have goals from midfield. So he's like, all right, let me bring a creator in. But they're not going to give me any money. So I got to slide Trent over and I'm going to buy Ramsay because I like him. But then Ramsay, the guy, how do you get, dude, it's not like he tore his ACL.
I never
players come back from major ligament injuries faster than this. But apparently it was a really dangerous one. Now, I don't want to knock the kid. But, like, dude, where have you been?
Dude,
you got purchased a year ago.
What did he have?
It was something, I believe, with his back. It's something to do with his back or a nerve or something where if it got worse, like he could play and train. But if it got worse and if he re-aggravated it, it could be like a long-term like career thing. But I'm just like, dude, where are you? Like, I haven't even seen a picture of him.
Did this man have a spinal fusion at 21?
Somebody in the chat. Where's Doug? Doug would know.
Doug would
know where he is this weekend. What day he had his procedure.
God, Doug, he always knows. It's crazy. Now, so here's what I'm thinking. Get back to what I was saying. Klopp saw it happening. He did. He said, Ramsay, we're going to give you 6 months. All right, we're going to give you 6 months, maybe 8, to figure out the system, to get your conditioning up to where it needs to be. Stress fracture in the back, according to Liz. Okay, that is pretty dangerous. And then you're going it right back. Trent's going to the midfield. But he didn't have that option. So what does he do? He switches to a back 3. It's still a back 4 with Trent coming in the midfield, but he just didn't have the option anymore. He said, you know what, Trent, we're risking it. All right, you're going in the midfield. We're going to a back 3. And it actually kind of worked out. So now who's to say that Klopp doesn't even need to buy a right back anymore? He just sticks with a back 3 and buys another utility center back.
Well, that's the thing. That's the other thing that's confused. This means Gomez isn't going anywhere.
No, well, he just signed a new contract. He's not going anywhere.
When was that?
This offseason, he signed a new 5-year deal.
Oh, well, that doesn't mean he's staying. I'm just saying the fact that we don't know what's happening with Ramsay and that they're letting Milner go means Gomez isn't going anywhere. People are calling for Gomez to be sold. Save your breath. That's not happening. But like, I don't know what the plans are for the formation next year, but I'm looking at Calvin Ramsay here. He had an operation, looked like on his leg. I think it had something to do with the whole chain, maybe his back as well. But he's I don't know when he's coming back, Kyle.
Okay, no, that's right. He had knee surgery this year as well, and then he had a stress fracture in his back. Jesus.
That's what it was, the back, and it could have gotten worse. I think he was okay. Like, I think he was, like, training and moving again. That may have been when we saw him.
Yeah.
He has 2 first-team appearances. Liverpool have played 70 games since they signed him. We've seen him twice.
And I will say, when we saw him, he was good. I was
he
like,
was a swaggy dude. He reminded me of Nico Williams.
He plays
but
with some
bigger.
swag.
I feel like he was bigger. He seemed big. How big is he?
I don't know.
How big is he?
He needs to drink some milk.
He's 5'10".
Oh, okay. So he's our height.
He's 19. He seemed big to me.
He's 19 at 5'10". Okay.
He seemed taller than that.
Man has osteoporosis at 19.
Oh, man.
Poor guy.
But look, if you have Ramsay and Gomez as your second and third string right backs,
I'm taking
You
it.
can't really complain.
No.
But here lies the problem. It's the uncertainty. We've seen Gomez miss years with injuries, and Ramsay, he's already had 2 situations since he's been here in
Right.
less than a year. Can you count on those guys? Like, could you envision them both being fit, sitting on the bench, like licking their chops, waiting to get in the game? Because I can't. I can't even picture it.
Look, here's the thing with that. We know from history that it doesn't matter if you can picture guys being injured or not. Klopp counts on every player he has to be healthy, and if they get injured, he's like, so what? We'll figure it out. That is not how his mind works. We have never just bought players to have them in case players get injured. We've been calling for them to do that for 4 years, and they just don't do it. So we have to imagine that Calvin Ramsay and Joe Gomez are going to be healthy the whole year. Whether they are or not, that's a different story. Joe Gomez is a better right back at the end of the day than he is center back. Was that always the case? Absolutely not. When he partnered Van Dijk for that whole season, we were saying he was better than Matip. And he was. Well, you're muted. So, here's the thing. Matip, overall, in my opinion, now is still a better center back than Gomez. But at that time, we were like, wow, we're looking at the center back pairing of the future. But then when I saw Gomez at right back this season, especially after the struggles that Trent had, I honestly said to myself, Gomez might be a better defending right back than Trent.
He is. What kind of question is that?
It wasn't a question.
Oh, well, what kind of statement is that? That wasn't the case until this year.
Why don't
Trent
you unmute yourself before you come at me?
Trent lost his defensive ability at the right back position. Somebody here said, didn't Gerrard have similar issues? I know Gerrard. Well, first of all, Gerrard was carrying one of the biggest European clubs on his back.
Well, so he had a stress fracture. It's understandable.
For a decade.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different. But there was like some stuff in his back, and he had to take a. If you've seen the documentary or you've followed Liverpool at all, you know he was taking like painkiller shots, and he constantly had banged up ankle and hip and back and knee and everything from wear and tear of carrying a club on his back. Poor Calvin Ramsay, he's a 19. That's what's scary.
Yeah, dude.
That's what's frightening. You miss a whole year for what seems like nothing. Not nothing. They're big, but we didn't see this. Like, we saw Harvey Elliott get his legs snapped and come back 4 months later. But, like, this Calvin Ramsay stuff, it's almost like the Thiago stuff. It's like, wait, what's really going on here?
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing with these young players now, especially in all sports, not just football. You have players younger and younger playing higher volumes of games. Now, as a young kid, a young athlete, your body is way more durable and can take way more matches, and it's fine. You don't get injured as often and all that. However, the workload on the body is getting more and more. You got players playing double headers on weekends. This goes for all sports. And so now I feel like we're going to see this wave of young guys, these like Gen Z guys who are coming up, and they have stress fracture issues. They have like soft tissue injuries that are just more apparent than in the past. And I feel like we have one of those guys, like a stress fracture at 19 and then knee surgery at 19. Those are big surgeries, dude. Those are big injuries. It's not like
it's not good.
It's not like you broke a bone. And that's what I'm saying with the Harvey Elliott thing. The dude broke a bone. Like, that happens. You break a bone. Everyone, that's fine. You come back when you come back. Stress fracture is a little bit different than just a complete broken bone, a complete fracture. I don't know. My head's just kind of going in circles with this.
Well, just to answer whoever had said this, Gerrard, the most time he ever missed was 84 days with a groin strain in 2010, 2011.
Sounds like Keita.
Yeah. And then, so 2010 to 2012 for Gerrard were rough.
Yeah.
Rough. He missed a lot of time, but never more than like a couple months, except for this one that was almost 3 months. Calvin Ramsay, the poor kid. I know some of this is preventative, but like he came to Liverpool. So he had a hamstring injury last season, 21-22.
Yeah.
And he missed 2 months with Anderlecht. Sorry if I'm saying that incorrectly. Or
Calvin
Aberdeen.
Ramsay?
Aberdeen.
I was going to say Anderlecht.
There's too many clubs, dude. I'm doing my best here. Just a kid from outside of Boston.
Be
Give me a
better.
break.
Don't act like you're all of a sudden from Boston.
Well, do you think people know what Newport, Rhode Island is in this
A
chat,
lot
Kyle?
of people do.
All right. Raise your hand if you know what Newport, Rhode Island is in this chat. I love Newport, by the way. I usually don't say Boston. But
doesn't matter.
And then he's been out for 104 days with a knee injury. But no, this is not right. There's more than this because we haven't seen him at all. We saw him 2 appearances. The season started in August. It's now May, June, July. It's 9 months ago the season started. He's played 2 matches. So how has he only been out for 104 days?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's been out for over 200 days total since he came to the club.
I think well, remember you said he was training after he had the injury. So I think that's what they're counting. They're counting total days out where he wasn't training.
Sure.
So anyways, look, we're going to wrap up the show here.
Yeah.
I want to wrap up the show looking at the McAllister thing. Now, McAllister has told Brighton that he wants to leave the club in the early summer. Okay. I like the McAllister signing if it goes through. Okay. Fabrizio Romano, I'm going to pull up my my profile here. Fabrizio Romano has said today, quote, no changes on Alexis Mac Allister and the situation for his future. He's expected to leave Brighton early this summer. Liverpool, advancing after they made a bid, presented the project to the players' camp, but there's still nothing agreed or done yet on club side despite reports. So, waiting to hear. Probably just focusing on the end of the year and then it'll get done. But with Fabrizio reporting it, McAllister's coming. Unless something catastrophic happens with the deal or whatever, McAllister's coming to Liverpool.
I would agree. I would agree that it's coming through. He's posted about it multiple times.
Yes.
He's mentioned it multiple times, which is an even better sign. Also, that it looks like a Liverpool signing.
It does, doesn't it?
Not a guy that everybody's dying for. But the problem is Brighton are no chumps. And you're right, he won the World Cup. To me, it means nothing that he won the World Cup. But it does mean something for the value and how the world views him. I think we're going to pay, unfortunately, I think we're going to be looking at like 65 to 70 million for this guy. I think last year he would have cost you 30. I think his value doubled because of what he's done this year, the World Cup stuff, the way the market in general has just increased, and how Brighton have been successful. They held out for Sasado. They don't care. They're not going to give you a deal.
Well, they clearly don't care, but I don't think it's going to be 65 or 70. There's the highest, and we'll see it when it's done. The highest I think Liverpool will pay for this guy is 60. I think we're looking at between 50 and 60. I think that's what we'll get him for. 60 mil, that's a lot of money for him. That's a lot of guacamole.
I know. All right, so the Reds will reportedly pay the Seagulls up to 57.6 million. Is that symbol? Is that pounds? The squiggly E? Is that euros?
Yeah, that's pounds, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just a kid from outside of Newport, just from Newport. So I'm not a global financial advisor. So 57.6 million. What does that equate to other currencies?
So pounds is roughly 1.18 times US dollars, roughly.
So it's less dollars?
Yeah. So
it'd be like 50 million, like Naby Keita price?
No. So it multiplies the dollars. So if it's 60 million pounds, it'll be like 72 million or 75 million dollars.
Okay. I think I was thinking in dollars.
Yeah. So it'll be
$70 million, $75 million, something like that.
I think, yeah.
You've been watching his highlight tapes, I'm assuming.
A little bit.
No one's really watching Brighton. The guy he's really good, man.
He is pretty good.
I got to be honest. He's really, when I first heard this link, I was like ready to throw up. I was like, spare me. Because it didn't get serious until after the Jude stuff fell off the table. To go from Jude to this, I was like, no way.
Look, don't act like we weren't linked with him throughout the whole Jude thing.
Yeah, but I didn't care about it. No one did. Like, we want Jude. We still want Jude. But this guy is really good, and he can play defensive mid.
Yeah.
Attacking mid, left mid, right mid. He can do it all. He's a workhorse. He's entering his prime. He presses. He gets his hands and his feet dirty.
Yes, he does.
Pick him up.
Pick him up. What do you guys think? I think McAllister would be a good signing. In addition to the other signings that we actually have to make this summer to rebuild the midfield, McAllister is a good start. McAllister is a great start. And we're not going to find much better at the position unless we want to pay super top dollar. And you said it perfectly, Steve. It is a perfect Liverpool signing.
It's going to be, this is my guess. It's going to be him. Mount's not going to happen because he's going to want too much money on a salary.
Right.
But we're going to make an offer. It's going to fall through, but then we're going to get Gravenberch, I think.
I want
or Madison. And I don't want Madison, but
I want him.
Who?
Gravenbach.
Oh, yeah. No, I'll take him.
I want him.
He's cheaper than McAllister and younger.
At that price point, if they're, I mean, who knows if he's going to stay at Bayern? He's only been there for a year. So, like, I don't know. I think that's just the media. I'd be surprised if we get him, to be honest. I think he'll stay at Bayern. But I would love to get Gravenbach. I really would.
I'm hearing he wants to leave.
I'm hearing he wants to leave too, but I'm also hearing he is just frustrated with the lack of game time and that if it doesn't change, he wants to go. So
well, who's he going to play over? That's the problem. When you go to these clubs, you fulfill some weird dream. Wherever you're from, like, I get that. But you got Mueller, Kimmich, Goretzka, like real ballers over there. It's hard for you to break in. Dude, we need you. Come here. You can play. Gini Wijnaldum, Milner. These guys averaging 40, 50 appearances a season. That can be you. Elliott, 40 appearances by like February this year. You can get minutes here.
Yeah. Now, you make a good point. That is a good point. All these players fulfill this dream, which is rightly so. You make a big transfer to a big club, and you're like, oh my God, I've made it. That is what I've made it in my career. But then you get there and you realize, wait a minute, I actually like to play this sport. You know, I don't like to just wear the jersey and post about it on social media. I want to play. And so you're like, oh, I'm unhappy here. I want to leave. So I feel like a lot of, especially younger players, don't realize that. That kid's still super young.
All right, I got a question before we wrap up here. Is Jude official to Madrid?
I saw that this morning. I don't know.
All right, let's just say it is. Does that put us back in for Tchouaméni?
No.
Because hear me out.
No.
Hear me out. Because Cruz is staying, Modric is staying, Camavinga, Valverde. Who else they got? Other guys.
I know,
like,
but they still...
do they really need like all these midfielders?
Yes. Are you kidding?
They didn't use him that much though. Just a thought. Do you think it makes him kind of available?
Look, we've seen those links that Klopp is still in for Tchouaméni. I find it so difficult to believe that players who make a transfer to a club after 1 year leave. I feel like that's so rare, especially a big move like that.
At a big club, you're right. It could happen to like Wolves and then like to Brighton and then to United, right?
Right. But I feel like if you make that big move to Madrid, that is so rare to just leave after 1 year. So that's my only thought process. Would I take him? Yes. 100%.
Dude, pick him up.
Pick him up.
We got to get a
Thank you.
defensive midfielder because McAllister, like, he's going to give us goals. I don't want him sitting in front of Virgil and Konate.
Right.
I want him moving and pressing and getting up there, taking shots from outside of the box. The guy is like, he's an attacking mid to me. We need a defensive guy. If it's not going to be Gravenberg, we got to bring somebody else. I don't know who that is, but
I want to thank everybody for being here this morning. The Sunday Summary brought to you by FKTB. Free kick to Brentford. And Steve, appreciate your input today. Thanks to everyone. Thank you, Liz, for the super chat. All your support is very much appreciated. If you enjoyed the stream, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That's the best way to show YouTube that you like the content. YouTube will say, hey, great, here's more of it. So definitely do that, guys. And until next time, Reds, take care.